Oh boy, it is time. The big boy holo is here. So yes, it is time for the Fragmented Karma holo, and so people have been waiting for this one a little while again. Frag Karma is basically just like every other Karma, just so that you know, they are mythical and they do absorb attacks every so often randomly, and then they'll deal ×2 damage back. But a lot of people like Frag for the elements that they have. They can be quite useful, but you know, same can be said for any Karma in my opinion. The Ancient World Karmas are still great, but not quite as crazy interesting as they used to be, just because Ancient World is a lot more common now. But this Wizard's Holo we will do in a second. We do also have Black Voodoo chests in this holo as well, which makes this an incredibly tempting holo to spend your gems on, right? But every time you open up these voodoo chests, be aware that you may just get a food drop. And then we've got keys, which keys are fine. You will always have some sort of use for keys, whether it's E5ing a dragon or unlocking a new one. So we will do that in a second. Just before that though, we do have the Dragon TV collection. And I thought, you know what, we might as well check what we get in our Dragon TV chest first, because you know, you have to collect all of these throughout the month. So let's see what we get out of our gold chest. We get Rebirth. Okay, that was absolutely useless because I've already got him. So GG, go next on that one. It's a shame, but it happens. The other thing that we do have going on at the moment is you should have been doing your quests, like the ones for the maze event. We've got all these other quests. We do have the heroic quests, which have started up now. We've got the Sharp Poise quest. We do also have the 12th birthday quest, and I finished off the other birthday quests. And so if you've at least gotten to stage 5 by unlocking the birthday dragon, hatching them, you'd get to stage 5, get 120 orbs, and then you can go and do the other stages. But now we need to actually empower him, because as you can see, he needs to be level 41. And so thanks to those quests, we can just go in, we can search for our birthday boy, and we got all the orbs that we needed from the quest. So then we can go empower him. Takes 2 days, but then we can come back, feed him up, get more birthday cakes. I'm so 100% after that rainbow habitat. Like, who cares about this? Mythical jokers, psh, rainbow tokens, psh, mythical joker orbs, who cares? I care about the rainbow habitat itself. We want to get those 40 birthday cakes. That is my goal. Anything else, who cares about that? But make sure that if you are working on those, that you do empower your dragon. If you've got the food to do it, obviously you will have to feed him up as well, but be very mindful of your food, because if you're going to do birthday dragon, you might also want to be doing May Day as well, so make sure you've got enough food for both of them. Don't be spending your random food on other stuff if you are prioritizing those. And of course, we've got 1 day left of the maze event, so we're picking up as many toasters as we possibly can for this event. I'm currently sitting at 5 of them, which is not very many, but you know, we've got events to collect some more toasters on our way through, and worst case scenario, we can get the dino done from the leaderboard event, so it's not too bad. But anyway, let's jump into this holo straight away. We do need it for the leaderboard points as well, but how many gems would I actually recommend for you to spend on holo? I don't actually recommend spending gems on holo, as crazy as that sounds, but I don't recommend it purely because holo is RNG. I can't recommend something that is pure randomness, you know what I mean? But what I can do is say that if you are considering spending gems, then the best thing to do is consider how many gems you've got, how many gems you're willing to spend on the event, and how many gems you need to spend on the other events. This Fragmented Karma holo is at a bad time because we just had HMK Marathon, so a lot of people are down on gems anyway, and now we have another heroic race ongoing. So it's a difficult time to consider spending gems right now for a lot of people, unless you got like big gem drops, unless you happen to, I don't know, be doing a task where you got thousands of gems. A lot of people are running quite low on gems at the moment, so how many gems you want to spend on this is up to you, but Fragmented Karma, in terms of how difficult they are to get, a couple of 100 gems would not be too crazy. 300 gems, I could see that as well. But if you're going to ask me, like, is Frag Karma worth 1,000 gems? Probably not, because you can probably get them during special events like Black Friday or other birthday events. You can get them sometimes for like 700-ish. So if you're going to be spending more than like 500, that's when I'd start getting a bit scared, you know what I mean? But we're sitting at 900 gems right now. Of course, we've got the voodoo chest, which is nice. but you know, we're still only at room 20. It is early days for this run, but you have to be very, very careful because, again, if you want to do well in the heroic race, you need at least a certain amount of gems saved up. This has been an okay run so far, but that can change very quickly. Like, we're on our second wizard now. I'm going to give it one more because, again, we're doing decent. We did get a gem drop, so worst case, we waste some gems, we get some gems back. But we're not even halfway through this run yet, right? We have run into 2 wizards. That was lucky that we didn't run into one there. So now we're halfway through. Wow, gold? That's a horrific drop. Oh, see, that could have been anything. But you see, now we're halfway through. We've run into 2 wizards. That's pretty good, right? But you could get the worst RNG possible from this moment onwards. And if that happens, you're probably not going to make your way through the run, right? That is something that you have to be very, very aware of. And every single room, I'd say recalibrate, reconsider your choices. Because you're here with me, I'm going to go for another 20. We will get some gems back, worst case scenario. We will open up at least one voodoo chest. So we are going to get to room 30. But after this wizard, things start to get very, very expensive. So you need to be praying that you don't get the worst luck possible on your way through these last 20 rooms. But this is the questionable one, right? So we're at 40. It's going to double from this point onwards. If we get the worst RNG possible, we will get at least how many gems back is it? It's not too many. But are we willing to spend to get frag? It will go up considerably from this point. It's possible though. So I'm going to go one more. Oh, that 24 drop could have been absolutely massive. That's going to potentially change my decision. Another 24 that we missed. Oh, man. That sucks. That really, really sucks. Because you see, we've spent the 40, we got the 60, 75. Then literally we would be doubling what we spend here. Because, I mean, if we... What room are we on right now? We are on... Oh, I don't know what to do. Look, I've considered it. I've thought about it. You're gonna hate me, but I can't do it. I cannot force myself to spend any more than I've already spent. So we lose 75 here. That's fine. But you see what I mean? You can have such a good run, and then literally within 10 sets of floors, it can completely change the vibe of the entire run. You see, a lot of the time it ends up happening quite early, so then, you know, you spend 5 gems, you quit, you don't even go much further, or you'll spend like up to 15, then you quit out. But it's really, really difficult making that decision on the midway point. Ideally, I would have decided slightly earlier whether I wanted to go further, but there's no outright right or wrong. At the end of the day, you don't know how many wizards you're going to run into. You could have easily, like if you were another human being, pressed that 80 and not ran into a single wizard. But chances are against you when you're at, say, room 35 at that point, because we would have at least been on room 36. And then if we run into one on room 37, then we'd be okay. But then we might run into another wizard after that, even before 40. It's just too much gem spending. You know, I'm always willing to give the holo a go, but that was a little bit too soon. If I'd have run into that 80, maybe like one stage from 40, I would have done that. But that was a few rooms too soon for me, and I am not a gambler. I don't believe in gambling. I don't support gambling, believe it or not, even though I've done that with Wizards Hollow before. But I played the safe route, and even though we lost nearly 100 gems, well, not quite 100, but the benefit is that now we can focus on spending on this event instead, which I'm a little bit behind where I want to be. I've been quite busy as usual, but we can easily still make lap 18 if we want to. Speaking of which, with this heroic race, have you noticed that all of the prices have gone up in terms of spending gems on the battles and such? Sneaky, sneaky social point changing that. They changed the event formats and they made the gemming actually more expensive. But you don't actually have to wait to do it. So now rather than it being 3, you can just, on the hour-long fights, just skip them for 4 straight away instead by going into them. So there is that. But they did change things around, and if you were someone that wasn't aware of that change, I could see that easily catching people out. So this is why you always need to be on your toes whenever they say event changes are taking place and things like that, because they can change everything. And everything that you thought you knew well, they tend to change that as well. So it's something to always be aware of. So in terms of the Maze Island, we do have the last dragon unlocked today. But I'm probably going to make my way through and just pick up as many of these toasters as I possibly can. I did get lucky with a Gemtopia chest earlier today, and I did get a 150, which is another reason why I was more open to, you know, actually trying out the Wizard's Hollow just then. Normally, I am a little bit scared about doing Wizard's Hollow stuff, but if I've just gotten a random big gem drop from somewhere and I don't have anything that I super need to spend on, I'm willing to give Wizard's Hollow a go. So we've got still 50 gems from that pretty much. So it's not like the end of the world. It's unfortunate, but again, we gave it a go. We tried our hand with RNG, but RNG was not our friend today. And RNG will not always be your friend, so you go into it knowing that, and you should make your decisions based on the assumption that you might not get what you want out of the events. So I don't think we're going to be able to make this toaster here. I'll have to calc it exactly, but we do have a toaster that's sitting there on the pink path. And then for the blue path, there's not really a lot going on this blue path. There's like food, which, yeah, food's nice. We do have a Gemtopia chest there, but the next toaster is like all the way up there. So I don't think we'll be hitting any more toasters in this event. So, I don't know, maybe we'll just spend it on this path. We'll see what we get out of the black chest, the legendary chest. That is probably going to be our choice, because there's not really a whole lot left anywhere else. So, might as well spend it before the end of the event, right? Because there's nothing else to spend on, and plus we want to spend our currency for the leaderboard event. So, always consider everything that you're doing before you actually spend anything, just to see what sort of rewards you can get. Yeah, we could have gone for the Gemtopia, but we can try our hand at getting a heroic out of this one. I think we should have enough, or are we going to be slightly short on this? Even if we are, at least we can try this legendary chest. I don't care that much. But, yeah, it's fine. We'll get this legendary chest, and then we'll be good to go. It's all fine and dandy. I'm not even going to watch the double rewards for it. Oh! I got my boy! I love fake entrance. See? I love these chests. That was a lovely decision. I absolutely adore fake entrance. He's such a cutie. But yeah, that's what I'd normally do if we had any quests or whatever left. I'm not sure if I've actually collected all of my stuff yet or not, but either way, I'm just going to make sure that we spend all of our currency by the end of the event. You see that we're in first at the moment, but that can easily change if we don't keep the pace up with the heroic race, because I think that's the only reason I didn't come second last time, was because I just could not grind the heroic race as hard as the others. But heroic race gives so many of the leaderboard points, so you really do have to be grinding that one out. But anyway, the other dragon that we've got that will be coming up in a second is Sharp Poise, so we can hatch him, get some more leaderboard events from his event as well. But I'm not going to waste too much food on him because, you know, we're using the food on the birthday dragon and we're using it on possibly May Day. Depends on what we get at the end of the event. But we should be okay to go, generally speaking. Let's open up 2 of these toaster ones, and I think that is mostly everything from today. But, you know, even though we miss out on frag, I'm not too worried. I'm sure that eventually we'll be able to trade for them. I've got tons of corrupted legend orbs that I'm going to be trading out at some point as well. And I do also have chaos that I need to rank up. But, you know, we got our boy Jeremy at 69, and then we also got Pookie, who's at level 30, and he's about to hit his rank 3. Question is, do I just want a duplicate corrupted legend, or do I just want to recall him and trade out all the orbs? And then I could easily just get my hands on a Karma, right? Again, it could be Frag Karma, for instance, because of Mythical. So I'm undecided, but these orbs are very high value. Not as high value as they used to be before the corrupted event, but now it's been a little while since the corrupted event, and I think that the trading value of corrupted legend orbs is still quite high, to be honest with you. I've got tons of random orbs of everything. Like, I'm saving them up for when I really want them, you know? Like, there's so much that I have in here. There's still dragons that need to be summoned. I summoned Quantum Ghost during the Summon Happy Hour, for instance. So we got a lot of stuff that we can trade out at some point or another. But we shall see. And we don't have to make that decision right now. For now, we just need to focus on Heroic Race primarily, and just any quests and that are ongoing. So for now, I'm going to keep doing our arena rush stuff because we are in M3, and of course you can get the birthday cakes out of the arena along with the primal totems, and we're about to finish off the 45 for that collection. So I will do these in a second, but there's somewhere I'll at least get 2 kills, and then if we don't get the 3rd kill, it's not the end of the day. It's not arena chest time, so it doesn't matter. But we will continue with electric grunt. I hate facing high five. I should have upgraded my high five a long time ago. He's so good in so many arenas, I swear. But anyway, for now, I'm going to keep making progress on my race. Once this breeding quest is done, which I've got to wait like another hour for, then we can start steamrolling ahead a little bit more. I'm probably going to start gemming the battles a little bit more as well, because again, we do have like 800 gems. We will be getting some more. So anyway, I love this dragon. I really adore this dragon. So if nothing else, if we don't get frag, who cares? Let's get high Mayday. But I do wish you the best. I hope you can get your hands on frag yourself, even if I didn't. But until next time, good luck.